Dan Lockman. Just such a breath of fresh air to have in the state senate. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Rob.
I got to start off with a thought that I have, and that's that if there's room for your ascension to the chair of the Senate Game and Fisheries Committee, I hope you'll fight vigorously for it.
I can promise you that.
All right. Wouldn't it be neat? So Jim Brewster asked me to say a few words. Jim represents the 45th senatorial district, which is Allegheny and Westmoreland County, parts of those two counties. And he's really disappointed that he couldn't be here today because he is just as enthusiastic about Sunday hunting. And he feels that way because he's a hunter. I think, if I'm remembering right, Jim really loves to hunt bear. I think that's his big thing, bear and deer probably. So, but Jim is the Democratic chairman of the Senate Game and Fisheries Committee. Can you imagine if we had Dan Lockman as Republican chair of the Senate Game and Fisheries Committee and Jim Brewster at the same time? That is really exciting. The thought of that is really exciting with regard to this issue. So, anyway, a lot of what Jim wanted me to touch on, Dan's already talked about. I'm not going to repeat what he said. I do want to mention that he talked, like Harold talked about, the importance of, this is a grassroots effort, right? That means we need each one of you to be calling your House member and your Senate member and letting them know how you feel about this issue. Jim thinks that even though we don't have a bill number, we're going to be working, these guys they were just on the phone a couple days ago, Dan and Jim, talking about how they're going to work together, they're going to meld together the different ideas that we have on Sunday hunting, and they're going to get something introduced for us in January. Then we'll have a bill number, and that'll make this whole thing a lot easier. But Jim Brewster, Senator Brewster, talked about it's not too early for you just to call your House and Senate members and let them know how you feel about Sunday hunting. That's very important because this is a grassroots effort, right? So I'm going to leave Jim's remarks and just make a few comments on my own about that particular issue. We are in a special time of year. The election is not that far away. Debates are happening all over the state between House and Senate members. How many of you know someone that's working for the House, who's running for the House? Huh. That's awesome. Ask them to thread the Sunday hunting issue into an upcoming debate. I'm not talking about Democrat versus Republican. I'm talking about getting this issue brought up in the debates. I think is an awesome opportunity for us to get the word out about this. This is what we're up to right now. We're in a democracy. We're about to elect people to the House and Senate. Let's make sure they care about this issue. Thanks for being here.